Your actions have changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 3 and Ambrose Island. And today we will be tackling a few challenges, starting with the redacted a kill to treasure challenge, followed very closely by the also redacted another for good measure challenge. So 2 assassination challenges in one. We will also pick up the picturesque discovery or feat for photographing a dead body. I believe he's a important figure. And we will also get the irrefutable discovery or feat for finding Farah the evidence she wants. So for today's challenge we will be starting at the Western Beach, and the only items we need to be bringing with us will be some coins and a silenced pistol. Everything else is available to us on the map. So right from the start and off the bat, this is going to be a pretty long one. We're going to be doing this exactly as intended. So we're going to go and speak to Farah. The first thing we're going to do is run into the forest, and just around to our right here we will find a coconut. That's going to come in very handy. So we're going to continue on through the forest over to the central meeting hub area where everybody is, and we're going to hang around and look for Farah. She is the owner of the establishment directly ahead of us. She should be just up by the bar, and we're going to engage her in conversation, and she's going to give us 3 tasks to perform. But before we actually speak to her, we're just going to veer off to our left and retrieve this wrench. That again will come in handy later on. So with that in hand, we can now approach Farah here in the red and white dress, and eventually she will engage us in conversation.
Hey, you've been nosing around here a lot tonight. You want to make yourself useful?
Maybe.
Oh, don't be so mercenary. I don't have any more coconuts on hand. Help the lady out and find one.
I'll see what I can do about that.
Did you find a coconut for me?
I have it right here.
Oh, that is a good-looking one. I can tell you've worked with these before. Come with me. I might have another job for you.
So once we have spoken to Farah, she will ask us for a coconut, which we have. So we're just going to hand it over, and then she's going to lead us to the bar, and then she's going to ask us for another item. This time round a cigar case, which is buried somewhere in town. It's very easy to find. As I said, we're doing this the predicted way, so we're going through all the dialogue and everything else. We're going to follow all the steps correctly.
We move freight around, we do some business as petrochemical middlemen, we broker the occasional ship.
Now, are you interested in doing me another favor?
Sure, why not?
There's a local boy. Well, he's a man, you know, but he's a boy.
We prefer to operate.
He got very drunk last night, very stupid, and took a box of cigars from behind the bar. We don't steal from our own around here. And I'm sure if Akka finds out what he did, he will lose a finger or worse. I just want the box back, no drama. I'm sure he'll be as relieved as me if you return it.
I think I can handle that.
You're a very good sport. He lives in the green shack towards the back of the village. His neighbor is a party animal with terrible taste in music, so it's easy to find.
So Farah needs a box of cigars that were stolen returned, so we're just going to head straight back out of the village towards the stairs we entered by, and we're going to hang a left at the end here, and then a quick right up the stairs, and this will bring us out right where we need to be. So this is the house in question on our right, this is the house of the noisy neighbor on our left. We're gonna duck in through the window, and in here we will find on the desk a note. This note reads, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I stole them. I blacked out, and when I woke up I didn't know what to do. I panicked and buried them somewhere out, but by now I can't find them. I don't know how to make this right before Akka finds out. I have to leave. Farah, I am sorry. Please forgive me. So it seems our friend here has buried the cigar box, or the cigars, so he has left his shovel behind, so we're going to grab that and make our way around to where the fire bin is, and just behind that fire bin we should get prompted to dig, and in the little hole here we will find the cigar box. So we're going to collect that, we're going to drop the shovel, we don't need that, and then retrace our steps back down to the bar and speak with Farah one more time, and she's going to send us on one final little quest, and this time it is to find out some information about a contact of Akka's.
Yes, here.
Oh, look at that. You're a blessing. But if you have time for one more thing, it'll be the very last end, on my word.
Tell me more.
I've been overhearing chatter from the militia boys about someone they're keeping in the ruins. Meanwhile, Akka has been waiting for her inside man to show up. He's supposed to arrange the payment from Chiron's insurance in exchange for the hostages she took. Well, unfortunately, he's missing. Interesting, isn't it?
I'm listening.
Oh, I don't think they would let me through. You seem like you know how to get around obstacles, am I right? Maybe you'd be able to get a better look. If it is Mr. Shu in there,
Yes.
Akka should know.
I'll work something out.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
A prisoner in the ruins. Might be worth a look.
So Farah has asked us to investigate the ruins and find out who this prisoner is. So we're going to head back over to the beach and out of town. We're going to make sure we get that sandcastle there, and we're going to head into the satellite relays cave, and we're just going to take out the relay while we're here. So once we're in the cave, we're going to pull out our silenced pistol, take out the camera at the far end. Take your time with that shot, don't rush it, otherwise you can easily miss and cause a panic. So we're going to make our way up the beach and crouch behind this box here and wait for the guard underneath the camera to lose interest and go back to his routine. There is another guard you can see just making his way over, who patrols up and down. He will eventually turn around and move away as well, and when he moves away we can then approach the other guard and render him unconscious and take his outfit and continue on. So when the guard moves away on his patrol, we can then hug the box that the other guard is leaning on, render him unconscious. We're going to drag him back towards the wall over here so that his feet aren't sticking out. We're going to take his outfit and proceed on into the satellite relay area, and in here we're going to find at the far end a few crates or boxes with a knife stuck in them, and just by where we came in is a toolbox with a screwdriver on it, but unfortunately the two patrolling enforcers in this area are currently in that area where we need to be. So we're just going to wait here by the satellite relay, and these two will have their conversation and begin to move away. And you can see the yellow toolbox, it's not the one closest to us, it's the one further away. That's where the screwdriver is. So we're just waiting for the enforcer to move off, which he is now doing, and once he has moved past us we can then vault over this little fence, grab the screwdriver, stay crouched while you do this while the other enforcers in the area. Once we have the screwdriver we can re-approach the relay. We're going to use the screwdriver to open the panel, we're going to use the knife we collected to cut the safety cables, and then we're going to approach the keyboard on the other side and shut down the system. So from here we're now going to make our way over to the far corner where we will find some stairs leading up, and we can then make our way up to the top, around to our left. Be aware there are 2 patrolling guards in this area. There they are, one of which, as you can see, is an enforcer. So we're just going to hide in the bushes just here and wait for them to make their way past us. And just up ahead are the ruins in question, and we need to get down into the cells. So I'm guessing this was a fort of some sort. So once the enforcer has made his way past, we can make our way over to the ruins. Be aware there are 2 enforcers in this area. One you can see leaning on the wall up at the top of the stairs. Orson from New Zealand is the other. So we're going to make our way up the first flight of stairs and then veer off to our left and into the tunnels here. There is Orson. We're going to have to wait for him to vacate the area. There is another enforcer in this area just approaching. So Orson is leaving, but the other enforcer has just arrived. They're going to have a quick conversation, the 2 guards here, and then the enforcer will move on down the corridor to a window, and it's at that point we can follow him down and veer off to our right. Just as he gets to the window, we're going to have to wait for him to leave before we can proceed. So these 2 are discussing the fact that they know that the prisoner is dead, but nobody else has yet discovered this, and they're worried about getting in trouble for letting the prisoner die on their watch. So they're trying to come up with a plan. So once the enforcer moves on, we can then follow him down the corridor and around to our right. We're just going to wait here for him to leave the area, and then we're going to throw a distraction, either the coins, which is why we brought them, but I do have the screwdriver here which I will use, it's just the same. We're going to distract the other guard who doesn't move from the cells, and then we can render him unconscious. He will drop a key to the cell. Now, I don't know if this is actually necessary. We could just render the guard unconscious or distract him away and photograph the body through the cell door. I don't know if that would work or not. I haven't actually tried it, but we'll give it a go at some point. So once the enforcer has moved away, we're going to throw the screwdriver in the corner by the window, and when the static guard comes along to investigate, we can render him unconscious, grab the key that he drops, grab his gun, and we're going to hide his body in the crate provided. And then we're going to have to wait here because the patrolling enforcer will be returning any moment. So we're going to wait for him to return. He's currently just in the corridor. There he is. Once he gets back to the window, we can then sneak back past him around to our left and into the cell with the prisoner. Now, if you wanted to get a bone to pick challenge, if you don't already have it, there is a skeleton in one of the other cells with a finger you can attach, or detach should I say, which would get you that challenge. There's also a bit of an armory down here with a few explosives and some ammo and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's the same cell. They're both on the opposite side to this one. I'm sure one is the armory and one is with the skeleton in it. So once the enforcer makes his way back past us, we can then retrace our steps back down the corridor around to our left, out of the prison area and back to the temple area. So we're just going to be aware of where the enforcers are. We're going to continue on up the stairs past the enforcer. If you can run straight past him, don't worry, it takes forever to discover you. And we're going to continue on and make our way down towards the rope bridge. We're going to stop just by this section of building that hasn't quite fallen down yet, because there is a camera in this area along with the enforcer, but we won't worry about him. So we're just going to wait for the camera to move all the way over to the right, and then we're going to hug the wall on our left and run past the enforcer and across the bridge. So what we're going to do now is some setup work, a bit of leg work and running around before we return to Farah with the photograph of the dead prisoner. So we want to get everything else set up and in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way to the meeting point, but instead of going across the stone bridge where we will be trespassing, we're going to go down to where the submarine exit is, and then under the stone bridge, and then into Akka's compound via the entrance here. We're just going to vault over the wall here, and we're going to drop down the other side and acquire ourselves one of the pirate outfits. The pirate in question isn't here at the moment, so we're going to take this opportunity to pull out our silenced pistol. We're going to take out both of the cameras on the pillar off to our right there, and then we're going to hide behind this wall here and await the arrival of the patrolling guard. He doesn't have a very big patrol, but it does take him a long time to navigate the path down to the beach and back. But eventually he will make his way back here. He will stop briefly in this area, and when he turns around to walk off, we can then approach him from behind. We're going to wait for him to get a little bit around the corner there before we render him unconscious with our wrench. We're going to retrieve our wrench, we need that. We're going to take his outfit, and then we're going to make our way over the stone bridge to the meeting point, where we will encounter 3 guards, one of which will be an enforcer. He's usually here, but he's over at the back at the moment. So we're going to make our way around and into the meeting area, and we need to get rid of all 3 of these guards. There's one up on the lookout tower just behind us. So the enforcer has just left, which is perfect for us. We're going to take one of our coins and drop it on the floor in front of the other guard so that he moves away from the wall, and once he is away from that wall, we can render him unconscious, pick up his gun, hide his body in the crate provided before the enforcer returns. We're going to collect up our coin as well, and then from here, because the enforcer is on his way back, we're going to make our way up to the watch tower and render the guard up here unconscious. There we go. We're also going to grab this banana just for a bit of fun and make our way back down to the meeting point, and we're going to place this banana on the floor right where that guard is currently standing, or was currently standing, which is just about here on that light plank of wood. There we go. We're going to grab the submarine keys, and we're going to use the wrench we've collected earlier to loosen the valve on the gas cylinder here. So everything here is in place. We just need to get rid of the enforcer now. So when he comes back, he will slip over on that banana, rendering himself unconscious, and we can collect up his gun and hide him in the crate provided. And now everything truly is ready and waiting. So we're just going to grab his gun, and now we can make our way back to Farah at the bar. Now be aware that Akka does frequent this route. There she is. She's just ahead of us, so we can make our way downstairs and speak to Farah one last time.
If you're not going to make a serious effort, then we're both wasting our time.
I have.
You wake up with your head back on your shoulders.
This will put a wrinkle in Aka's plans for sure.
Then I'll hear you.
I should let her know.
Until then,
I'm grateful for this. Thank you.
Just glad I could help.
So that will get you the irrefutable challenge discovery of feet, and Farah is now going to go and give that evidence to Akka, and Akka is going to call a meeting between herself and Crest, and as I've mentioned, this is the point where they will meet eventually. It does take quite some time for them to both meet up and make their way here to have their meeting. So we will be waiting here on these stairs for a little while.
I assume you have a plan in mind.
So Akka has just lit the radio tower up to signal that she wants to meet with Crest. They, like I said, will take their time, but they will eventually arrive here and have their meeting, and Akka will kill Crest and we will kill Akka.
Strange way of showing it.
Between your network of insiders and the connections you've made with other pirate groups, your syndicate has a lot to offer, but so does my militia. We could extend your reach inland and provide technology to up the overall sophistication of your ops.
And I'm sure you could. Problem is that I don't want any of that.
I might have other assets of more immediate interest to you, but you need to give me something to work with. What is it that you actually want out of me?
I want associates who respect me enough not to fuck with my business crest. That's it.
We're just talking in circles now. This meeting may have been premature. Take some more time. We can iron this out in the morning.
That's a good idea. Hope you find the view from here enjoyable at least. I hate to think the walk was for nothing.
Huh? Oh, sure. Probably the best vantage spot on the entire island, isn't it? Hell of a view of the ocean.
It is. Do you like the ocean?
Yeah, always have.
Me too.
Well executed, 47. Evidently Akka was more than happy to do our dirty work.
She's always treated me.
Now it's just a matter of taking out Akka. Goes Akka. Remarkably efficient, 47, as usual. And that's that. The rest will pick up the pieces.
So there we go, that will get you the 2 challenges for that. We're just gonna make our way out of the meeting area around to our right and head across the bridge and down to the submarine exit. So quite a long one. I am certain there are faster ways to do that, and I will eventually get round to making a video on a more optimal route for a method for that particular challenge. But we got there in the end. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.